today's topics, and I hope you have seen that file that I shared with you people. I'll just open up that again. And I am trying to take you people into something very serious. And today I started talking about the object literals and objects. Now, in this session, I will just build upon that. That's why I said to some of you that in this 1.5 hours that you have, maybe take a half an hour break, and for 1 hour, just look at the lecture again. And is there any question that you have related to this topic? Because I would be reinforcing this one with a very practical example. So now I'm starting the afternoon session here. So I'm just making, and I'll share this code again, yet again with you. So after updating the afternoon session on Monday, right, July 12th. So now you can just find that afternoon session from here onward. Now let's start something very interesting. I told you just a quick review for everyone that object literals are something very interesting that we use in curly braces, and we say like dictionary in Python, we just try to define a key and value pairing. If you remember, I said, or maybe we said that we can take that same example, semester. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So no one is telling me that I'm not sharing my screen and I'm just keeping on doing something. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I forgot to share, and that's bad. Now I'll be sharing my screen, and hopefully you will look at it now. Yeah, are you able to see now my screen? And
Yes.
share. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. So I've just marked this code that I shared with you, and at line 70 I've mentioned afternoon session on Monday, July 12th. So I was telling you that object literals are very interesting way of defining data, where we do something like this, that we define data in the pair of, like in the form of pairs, and these are key value pairs, like the dictionary in Python that you have used. So we define something and we say, for example, you remember I said Kane. You need to remember the syntax just only that the key comes and there is a colon and then the value, key value, and they are separated by the comma. And let me tell you, one of the professional way of writing these this object is that we always place an enter sign after this one. Like again, we try to usually create objects and store something like this semester, and what was that, the other one was name. You see here again, it's just changing my if there will be more and more lines, it will just keep on doing that. So one of the way of using that is, again, you just try to create something like that. But again, it does not really matters right now. So an object is a key value mapping, and what is the benefit that we get by defining this key value mapping is that we can access every element by using the key, and that key can be accessed by two ways. If you remember, obj.name, and I will just quickly ask, and I will not run this code. So I'll ask that what will be the output of line 74? You know that it will be John. And if I ask you what will be the output of my line 75, so I hope now, even Jim, you did not attend the first session, but hopefully you can tell me if I do obj.semester, I'm talking about this too. When I'm saying obj.name, I'm talking about this one. And I compared with the array, and you can just look at the lecture slide and you will know about that. Now I'm telling you a very interesting example, as I said, a real world example where let's talk about, I want to map the position of St. John's. Am I taking the right name of your city, St. John's?
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Because since I've never been there, so I know very little about NL. That's why I'm very curious. So let's talk about position of St. John's on map. So the position of something on map is basically measured by using two values. I hope you know the longitude and latitude values. Are you people aware about that? If not, that's not a big deal, but I can just anything. I don't know what these longitude, latitude are. The map values are calculated by latitude and longitude. Usually it is called that latitude is this for the location. Latitude is 43 and longitude is, for example, something like this. And I don't know which location I'm using. So forgive me if that is not the location of St. John's. Anyhow, so I'm saying that if I want to map this St. John's on a map, I want to find out the St. John's on a map, and I want to write a program for that. Now listen, we'll be going from very basic to the top. The first thing that I can do is that I can do something like this. Var let equal to this value. Latitude is this value, for example. And var long or lon equal to this value. Now I'll go step by step. So do you think it's a good way of defining two variables? I've just defined two variables, and now I can use lat and long. For example, I want to print the location of St. John's. So what I'll do, backticks, I'll use the backticks. The lat is, and I'm doing this just to give you practice more and more. And the lang and the longitude or lon is $, and this is lon. So far so good. You will say, okay, this is fine. I've defined two variables and printed their values. No rocket science, everything old. Can I do something like that? Of course, you will say, oh, we can just do that. Now, what are the other ways of defining these location values? Now, I'll just make it comment. What are the other ways of using this one? Let, or maybe var st John, right? I want to create a location of st John, St. John's, and I say this one is 43.4553. I'm just taking my old values, and it can be minus 80.3229. Now, again, I'm saying that I've started with simple variables. Now I say, can I define an array, something like that? Would you people appreciate? Yes, this is possible. And if I ask you, if I want to print the longitude and latitude, how I will print over here now? Backticks. The lat is, again, let's copy and paste it from over there, and then I'll just make those changes which I have to make over here. Okay, so can someone tell me that now this St. John is not a normal variable, rather it's an array variable? You understand, everyone? And if I want to access every individual value of that one, okay, for the timing, I'm just not using back. I'll use the backticks as well, but just don't want to confuse and don't want to put you in some strange situation. The lat is, now please tell me, how can I access the latitude of St. John in this situation? Can anyone tell me? How can I access the latitude? Can you write the code in the chat window? How can I access the latitude of this St. John's location? The lat is, what should be? That's excellent. St. John array of 0. You people understand what is going on? And again, I'm not using the backticks right now, so I have the pain of, and the longitude is plus. Now, Tyler, I don't want answer from you, of course. If I want to print longitude, what I'll do? St. John square brackets 1. And this is something that we have been discussing today. Thank you very much, Karen. So this is something that we have been discussing all day long, that array values are printed by using their indexes, or the mapped value. You remember, I started my class today with this concept, that array values also have keys. You remember, Jennifer, where you were confused? This has a key 0, and which is not there, we don't need to mention it, but we have that virtually available over here, right? The keys are available over here. So we can use these keys values and do something like that. Now the same thing, look, like first of all, this was simple variables, right? And what is that? What I have done? By using array notation. I can store them by using array notation. Got everyone? Now, here there is a little problem that I have. I need to remember the index number of latitude and longitude. Does that make sense? Again, I don't know which one is longitude or latitude, but again, I'll have to remember, okay, 0th key is the latitude and 1 key is the longitude. In array situation, I'll have to do something like that. Now, this is the second notation, array notation. Now, if I ask you, I want to create this same in the object notation that we have studied today. Let send John equal to, first of all, which brackets I have to use? The curly brackets. Remember? Now, what I can say let colon write 43.4553 comma ln colon minus 80.3229. Now tell me one thing, very, very, very important. Now I don't need to remember indices of these values, indexes of these values. You know, if there were hundreds of values, I had to remember everyone's index. Do I need to remember index here? No. How can I print these values? Can anyone tell me? How can I print that? And let's use that now. Array notation, like the backtick notation over here. If I ask you, how can where is that arrow notation gone? Have I deleted that by mistake? Just hold on a minute, because I don't want. Oh, I deleted that by mistake. Now, yes, see here. So now I'm using object notation, right? So you see here, as I said, now I can do what I can do is var send John equal to curly braces let 43.455 whatever 4553 comma ln colon minus 80.3229. I'm just taking the same values for a reason, because I want to keep it very same. Now, if I want to print these values in console.log, if I want to console.log them, again, I'll be using that backtick notation here, right? You can use anyone. Console.log. The let is what should come over here. Can anyone tell me? Okay. I just don't want to confuse people, right? So I'll tell you that how you do that, but I'm just doing. Okay. Now, how I would be accessing these values? You remember, I can access them by using array notation or by using other notation. Can anyone tell me what was the other notation other than array? And if I have to access these from array, what I have to do? Instead of this 0, what I need to write over here? Yeah, what I need to, I want to access the latitude. What I the lat variable, and this is again, since it is a variable or it's a key coming from inside, so this will be inverted commas lat. And here, if I ask you, what will be there? Inverted commas ln. Are you people making sense of it? I need a thumbs up from everyone. I'm making your mind to go somewhere to discuss something very interesting. That's good. You understand? Okay. What is the other way of accessing that? Can Jennifer, you please let me know? I don't want to use array notation. Rather, I want to use some other notation that we discussed in the morning today. So what was the other notation? Sorry?
Backticks.
No. I'm asking about accessing a typical value. I'm not using backticks. I'm just using this same one, but to access object's value by using not the array notation, the other notation that we discussed in the morning today. Jennifer.
I don't know exactly what you're asking me.
Okay. So you remember, Jennifer, stjohn.let, we can access that. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
I told you both are the ways to access a value. You see, remember over here, I told you that both ways we can access the same value. You remember here, it was your name. You see, obj.name and obj bracket in inverted commas name will access the same thing. Right? So here I was trying to tell you the the dot notation. stjohn.let, stjohn.ln. So now longitude and latitude will be accessed over here. I hope everyone is with me till now. Again, no rocket science. I'm taking you from very basic to a bit of advanced sort of thing. And I would like you people to just try to grasp the concept, try to understand the concept. Okay, now please don't get confused. I'm just trying to introduce something more interesting over here. If you consider there are multiple locations, there are thousands of locations. Like I have to map St. John, so and so, Conestoga, Seneca, all those colleges location over here. So if I have to make that one, it means I will have multiple map points. What do I mean? I have right now these 2 points. Let me just take those 2 points. Var locations equal to, now you remember I discussed it first for the St. John's. Now I'm talking about not only St. John's. I want to have locations of 3 colleges, suppose, so that our problem is solved. I want to get the location of St. John's. I want to get the location of Seneca. I want to get the location of Conestoga. Maybe these are the 3 colleges that I want to get access to location of. Now I have an array of values. So this first represents, I'm talking about the array notation first of all. This first represents the location of what? Of St. John's. Now, suppose I say that this array represents the location of Conestoga, comma, minus 79.2334. And I say, let's suppose that this one represents the location of 34.2442, comma, minus 90.65667, whatever. These are the 3 values that have come. Do you people understand that now these are multiple arrays coming over here? So do I need to make an outside array for all of them? How many of you understand this concept? Because I am trying to make this now more and more interesting. Now, I have an array of arrays over here. Does that make sense to everyone? I have arrays of arrays. For example, if I just put that in that same context I was talking about, if I just place that one, something like that. I don't know why it's just changing my locations, but anyhow, I'll just show you what I'm trying to do. You see, I have got 3 locations. First one represents St. John's location, and I'm using the array notation. Please bear in mind, I am not discussing the object notation. Right now, I'm using the array notation. Now, this is called array of arrays. This is called what? Arrays of arrays. And now for that, I feel that I have to discuss a bit of concept of 2-dimensional array over here. And I'll discuss that first, and then I'll come back to this one. For my array equal to 1, 2, 3. Now please confirm me, because I want you to understand. This is an array. You understand this is an array that we have? Is that right? Now, I place a square bracket before this one. This is square bracket. And I place another square bracket, closing square brackets over here. And I say comma 4 from 5, comma 6. And I say comma, and I say 7, 8, 9. How many of you understand what I am doing? I'm saying this one array consists of, this one array means this yellow bracket. Yellow bracket consists of multiple arrays inside it. Multiple arrays inside it. Now, if I ask you that I want to, for example, I want to access this first array out of it. Okay, looks like is that making sense to people? Because this is a bit complex thing, and I have not discussed multi-dimensional arrays. So I'll discuss that. First of all, I'm thinking that I might have to use my whiteboard for discussing that one. Let me just take my whiteboard. I'll come with the whiteboard now. Okay, let me know when you are able to see my whiteboard properly, when this spinner is stopped. Let me know when you are able to see that.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Now you see, I want to tell you something. Are you people aware about something, like not aware about? Let me just draw that one for you. Very bad table, bear with me. And I want to store something over here. I say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. Consider that this is an ABC. Okay. So if I ask you, you people are familiar with this, something like this. If I say var, the alphabets equal to A. There is only one value in this one, A. Or maybe, sorry, A, B, C, for example. This one is array. You understand? We can just define that array. And again, I've done mistake because it's if it is character or strings, we have to just enclose them in single quotations. Just to make not to make that problem. Now you see here that we have got this array and it's not expanding it. Thank you very much. Okay. Now you see here. So this is what this is one array that I have. You understand? This is called one-dimensional array. What it is called? It's called one-dimensional array. What does that mean? It has elements in only one direction. Does that make sense to everyone? If I ask you to make it a two-dimensional array, now I want to discuss a two-dimensional array. What does that mean? This array just have values in its row form. I want to create an array that has values in rows as well as columns. That has values in rows and as well as columns. Do you know what I mean? What I mean is that if I ask you about this one, at 0th location, what I'll find? A. At one location, I'll find B. At two location, I'll find C. Everyone understand that? 0 location is A, 1 location is B, and 2 location is C. I am saying that convert this array or convert this alphabet array into a two-dimensional array. And now I will just show you something here on my screen. Again, before discussing that, I have to discuss that one. So now alphabet equal to A, comma, B, comma, C. This is one array that I have. Single dimensional array. Arrays can be of multi-dimension as well. What do you mean by multi-dimension? Arrays can have rows. This is just representing a row. If I diagrammatically create this array, I will say this is a one row of values where A, B, and C are stored. Where A, B, and C are stored over there. Now I want to create an array that represents these values. Sorry, A, comma, B, comma, C, and D, comma, sorry, E, comma, F, and G, comma, H, comma, I. Now you see here, I want to create this array. That array will have 3 rows and 3 columns. Are you people getting what I'm saying? I want to create an array where there are 3 columns and 3 rows. Understand everyone? Okay, I don't have my window over here. So you understand? I want to create something like this. This is called a two-dimensional array. Why? Because this array has certain rows as well, and this array has certain columns as well. I want to create this one. And if you know about it, this is usually called as a matrix in mathematics or something like that. But I'll come to that. But first of all, I want to create an array that has 2 dimensions, 2 values. Now see here, I feel that you people will understand this more when I use an I loop. I is equal to 0, I less than 10, or no, not 10, 3, I plus plus. You remember for loop? In today's class also we have discussed for loop. Everyone remembers that? So now let me tell you something very interesting. If I print I, what will be output of my program? See, 0, 1, 2. Everyone understand that? 0, 1, and 2. Everyone is getting that? Now I'm about to do something very special over here. And let's do something. I started with 1 just for nothing and running it till 3. So what will be my output now? Anyone? 1, 2, 3. Because I'm starting with 1 and going till 3, right? Equal to 3. Now I'm doing something interesting. I say for var j equal to 1, j less than or equal to 3, j plus plus. Okay, I have done something interesting which you people have never seen before. I think. Have you seen that before? A loop inside loop. Which is called nesting loop, nested loop. Have you people used that? No. Anyone else? Stephen says no.
I actually use it in my project to
That's good.
get
But
rows of
overall,
attention.
Tyler, I'm asking everyone, like, is there everyone, like, how many of you have that know about this, that whenever there is a loop inside loop, this is called nested loop, a loop within a loop? Anyone understand that? Anyone else? Stephen says
Yeah, I
no.
understand.
Jim, you understand. Anyone else? How many of you understand this concept of loop within the loop? You used in Python. That's very good. That's excellent. It means you have a slight concept of that one. That's very good. That's excellent. Now, if you see here, I have got what I'm doing. I'm saying that this is basically a loop within a loop. And when there is a loop within a loop, it means for every value of the outer loop, inner loop will complete its life. Now let's see what is the output of this code. You see here, 111, 222, 333. What does that mean? I initialize with 1, I is less than or equal to 3, it is checked, and then we come inside, there is a J loop. So this J loop will keep on executing or complete its life. So J loop it starts with this one, with 1 and less than or equal to 3 it goes, and then it just console logs this J. So first of all, this not J, console logging vi. So I has a value 1, which it is running out. Looks like I need again a whiteboard over here because looks like I'm just, all right. So you see, oh, where is my whiteboard? Can you people see my whiteboard? I cannot
Yeah,
see.
I can see.
Oh, but I cannot see. Interestingly, I have just blank screen over here.
That's okay. I'll take.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Now it's coming over here. Oh, this is my whiteboard. And now I'm just removing that, all those things, because I want to do something more interesting over here. Okay. For var I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, and inside its body, I am using another for loop. I'm defining another for loop. I'm using another for, my tab is just playing bad with me. For var j equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Okay, oh, what is going on? Huh. Interesting. My keyboard is now also acting very nicely. Did I press something wrong? Oh, it's not even giving my. Oh, okay. I'm just using the wrong key. Anyhow, so yeah, you see here. You see here for why. So what I'm saying that if I do something like that, console.log, and I am printing there, I was printing I, so I'll just use that one. So you see here, I'll have to just run this one. When I first come over here, I is initialized with 0, I has a value 0, and we come inside the body of it one, this one. When I come here I find another loop which is j is equal to 0. So now j is also initialized to 0, right? And we check the condition, whether condition is true, yes, true, go inside the body. Now we have come inside the body of this loop. Now you see here, console.log I. Can anyone tell me what is the value of I right now? Yes, what is the value of I right now? I have just defined 0 over here. So what is the value of I? It is 0 over here. I'm running my first iteration. Now, when this I is printed by using this loop, where will we go? We go at this point and we'll go to the increment of j only. J is incremented, j becomes 1. 1 is less than 3, still condition is true. Go inside and print. Is there any change in I has occurred or not? I has changed or not, because I am moving around this loop. I'm just right now currently running inside this loop. So will the value of I change? No, because I will only change when I will complete I's execution and go to this part. Do you understand? Which I am not doing right now. Are you people getting that?
Yep.
So for the
It's
first
almost
value,
like
sorry?
it's almost like a conditional loop.
Exactly. So this is just this will keep on its execution. First of all, it will run for the 0 and I will be printed at 0. It will run for the 1 and I will be printed again as 0 because I is not changed. And then for third time, it will just print on 0. Now, if I convert this I to j, just make it more interesting. If I convert it I to j, you see, start from this one. Can I remove this drawing before from that one? No, this is the eraser. Oh, good. That's good. I can remove this drawing individually. Okay, see here. I'm running this one more time. You see that I'm running it. First of all, I is initialized. I becomes 0. I come inside the body, and now I have another loop. So j initialized to 0. Remember, I value is what over here? I is 0 over here. And now j has also become 0 over here. Right? So j0, condition check. Condition is found true. Come inside and print j. What is the value of j? Now I'm writing input output over here. Value of j is 0. Right? And when this execution is completed, it will not go to the outer loop. It will go to the inner loop's increment. It goes over here and j is incremented. J becomes 1. Condition tested. If condition is found 1, Jennifer, I'm coming to your question. Let me just complete one go of it. So condition tested. 1 is less than 3. It will go inside. What is the value of j over here? 1. It will just print 1. Then completion. Come here. J becomes 2. 2 is less than 3. Condition is true. Go inside, print the j. What is the value of j? It will be 2. It will print out this 2 and will come again over here. Now it has become 3. Now, will it print this console.j or it will go to the body of the for loop, outer for loop? It will go over here. And once it goes over here, it means now we are redirected to this point. Is that right? In the process, it has printed out these three values, 0, 1, and 2. And these were the values of the j loop, not the I loop. Jennifer, go ahead. What was your question?
So the I loop won't increment until the j loop has finished its loop.
Excellent, excellent.
Is that it?
Yeah, excellent. Now, Jennifer, listen to this in a different theme. Listen, j loop will complete its life for each value of I. Does that make sense? For each value of I, j will complete its whole life. Now, let's run it once more. When j has completed its life for the first time, I come over here, and I say that now I has become 1. Now I has become 1. I come inside, j starts again with the 0. You understand, Jennifer? J again starts with the 0. It means j is 0 again. So 0, 1, 2. Do you understand that it will again print 0, 1, 2 for the I value 1? And then when it is life is complete, that's excellent. Thank you. Now I go again over here. I will increment. I becomes 2. And 2 will come here. J will again make its life. It will, at the bottom, it will print one more 0, 1, 2. And then I will increment. I will become 3. Does condition true or false? We'll go outside. Is that making sense to you now? Anyway, Jennifer is showing the hand, thumbs up. It means Jennifer understands. That's excellent. Jennifer, now let's run this code and you'll enjoy this. When I'll run this code, you'll understand this because I want you to understand two-dimensional array. For that, I'm just telling you this concept. Now come over here and let me just open up the chat window so that if someone says something. Okay, so you see here, if I run this one and not printing I, rather printing j now. I'm printing the j. Save this one, CLS, and now run this one. You see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you understand what is going on? I is not printed anywhere. Rather, only j is printed over here. Now let's do something. Print both values. Backtick. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And not this one. Bracket sign. Backticks. I is dollar, and what I forget I. J is dollar J. Right now we'll see a more appropriate output. See here. Run that one. You see, I is 1, J is 1. I is 1, J is 2. I is 1, J is 3. Jennifer, now that sentence making sense that for each value of I, J will complete its whole life. Does that make sense now? For each value of I, J will complete its life. For each value. So I value, when it comes 1, J runs 3 times. When I value comes 2, J runs 3 times. When I value comes 3, J runs 3 times. Is that right? And both of them, when they are exited, they will just go out of it. Okay, let me ask you a question over here. If I say inverted commas asterisk, it's not X, I want to print asterisk. How many asterisk will be printed out in my output? Anyone? In the chat window, you can write. How many asterisk will be printed out? Evan says 9. Anyone agrees or disagrees with Evan? Evan says there will be nine asterisk printed out. Tyler says 12. Anyone else? Tyler, good. Good to know that you are also replying. Anyone else? Evan says 9. Tyler says 12. Do you agree with T or E? Tyler or E? Evan. Oh, it's 16. That's excellent. Okay, Stephen, that's good. 4 by 4. That's excellent. It's not 4 by 4, Tyler. You are again confusing yourself. It's the loop is starting with 1 and going till 3. 1 like it will be 3 times. Right, Stephen, it will be 9 times, and I'll tell you why 9 times. Oh, okay. Still showing the same. Why? Oh, I did not save it. Right. So now see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 asterisk has been printed. No problem. So I've started with 1 and going to 3. So it means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 values will be run. Stephen, listen, why 9? Stephen, you know, for every value of outer loop, inner loop will complete its life. Stephen, can you tell me, does that make sense to you? For every value of I, inner loop will complete its life. You remember this sentence? Just try to remember this sentence or understand this concept. I will run 3 times. Inner loop will run 3 times, but 3 times for each value. So, you know, the inner loop and outer loop collectively, they are running 3 into 3 times. That means 9 times they will execute. Like the loop will execute 9 times, this inner loop. Stephen, does that make sense to you? A little sense to you? What I'm saying? For every value of outer loop, inner loop will complete its life. Now, Stephen, I ask a question. If I to do this 5, how many asterisks should be printed out now?
15.
15. And why? You know, 5 multiplied by 3. But you know, Stephen, try to understand the concept. When I will be 1, J will execute 5 times. Understand? Number 1. So
Okay.
5 times. When I will be 2, J will execute 5 times. You know, it makes 10. Then when I will be 3, J will execute how many times? 5 times again. So it means 5 plus 5 plus 5. It will run 15 times. And very easy. 5 multiplied by 3. This loop and outer loop, we know what is going on. And let me tell you, this is something that maybe I had to teach you before, but again, that it's never too late. Do you understand the concept of a bit of concept of for like outer and inner loop? Chris says yes. Chris says thumbs up. Everyone else understanding that what's going on? Now I want you to just realize one thing, that again backtick. I want to just print I, and I want to print space. I want to print J. Oh, sorry. J. So what will be the output now? You understand? What will be the output now? See, Stephen, you will understand. Oh, not 5. I want to just run it to 3 times just right now, right? So I don't want to go into 3 times, 5 times. You see 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Stephen, you getting that? What is going on? I value 1, J running its whole life. I is 1, J is 1. I is 1, J is 2. I is 1, J is 3. When I becomes 2, J is 1, J is 2, J is 3. When I become 3, J is 1, J is 2, J is 3. Stephen, getting that?
Got it, buddy.
Yeah. So, Stephen, if I ask you another question, now if I make it 5 over here. So, let's run this one. And I hope you will enjoy that one. You see what is happening? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. How many times J has to execute? J has to execute in this situation. My J is executing how many times? 3 times. And I is executing 5 times. I have done upside down. Now listen, Stephen. For I value 1, J will complete its life. You see, this is the J life, which I have highlighted. You understand? Now, for I value 2, J will complete its life. Are you getting that? For I value 3, J is completing its life. For I value 4, J is completing its life. For I value 5, J is completing its life. You understand? I have done this upside down. Stephen, you getting that? Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. I'm expecting that everyone is with me. Please let me know that yes, you people are with me, because I'm about to start something very interesting. That's excellent.
Yeah, I get it.
Jim, thank you very much. Jim, thank you very much. Now let me just tell you something interesting about that. Oh, not that. I want to share. I want to share whiteboard. Don't tell me that you are able to see my whiteboard, because I cannot see. Yeah, now it's appearing. Okay, it's appearing now, and I hope that will be here. So a two-dimensional array effectively is what? Let me tell you. What is a two-dimensional array? Okay, and what I can do without that, I can delete this one. Okay, so now see here. What is a two-dimensional array? Two-dimensional array is something like that. Two-dimensional has, you understand, that has rows and columns. 3 rows, 3 columns. You understand? Now, I want to store A over, yes, rows and columns. These are called rows. These are rows and these are columns. So 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 3 columns I have. Understand, everyone? Now listen, this first box represents a location. You remember if this was this array. Please tell me, if this was only this array, how could you access this first value? By using 0 index? Everyone understand that? How can you access second value? By using 1 index. How can you access third value? By using 2 index. You remember, everyone? Now, this is not the situation is not same over here. It's more or less same, but it's a bit different. The first location will be accessed by 0, colon 0. The second location will be accessed at 0, colon 1. 0, comma 1. The third location will be accessed by 0, comma 2. Now, let me complete that. I know that this would be a bombshell for someone, but again, let's listen about that. The second location, 1, comma 0, 1, comma 1, 1, comma 2. Can anyone complete this one? What will be here in the third row?
Row 2, 1, and 2, 2.
2, 0, 2, 1, and 2, 2. Now, what does that mean? What is going on? Some of you will be confused what is going on. Now, this is first row and first column. Do you understand that? So always array index start at 0. So the first value is represented by 0, comma 0. Means if I want to access this value, I'll have to do something like that. That I will say, okay, A 0 of 0 equal to whatever that you want to store over here. 5 or whatever. I want to store 5 over here, right? A 0 of 0. If I want to store in the second location, I'll do A 0 of 1. This location. Now, remember this one. I'll come back to this one. But first of all, let me just write down the code, and so that you people understand what's going on. Without for loop, first of all, of course, because I want you to understand the concept. Now you see, I say var my 2D array. My 2D array equal to square bracket, another square bracket. Finding a 2D array. 2D array means an array where there is a rows and columns. There are two types of things that I want to discuss over here. For example, if I want to say, okay, so I'm just defining that one. So it's a two-dimensional array. Now you see my 2D array of, now I want to store at first location 0, square bracket 0 equal to 5. Comma, like copy paste that, because I'll be using 9 times, for example. 0, comma 1, 0 in 1, I location want to store 15. 0, comma 2, I want to store 25. Got everyone? Now see here, I want to store 1, comma 0 as 50. 1, comma 1 as 55. And 1, comma 2 equal to maybe 60, just to make that change, right? Now, what I'll do, 2, comma 0 equal to 35, 2, comma 1 equal to 45, and I need one more, 2, comma 2 equal to 50, for example. I don't know. I've just defined certain values. Do you understand that I'm creating a matrix over here, same like as I was creating on drawing? Do you people understand that what I'm trying to do over here? I'm trying to create that same environment. 0, 0 location store 5, 0, 1 location 15, 0, 2 location 25, 1, 0 location 50, and up to so on. Now let's just print that one. I don't know how it will print it out, but let's see my 2D array. Okay, so this 0 property, it says that it is not defined. Cannot set property 0 of undefined. Okay, so it might be asking me. Oh, okay. Let me just see, because in JavaScript it might be a different syntax. I am used to of different syntaxes. 3, 3. Let me just see if it works now. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll have to just I have to check its syntax. There is something wrong with it. I'll check it on console, because I don't know, maybe it has a different syntax. So var arr equal to okay 3 4 and 5,6. Just I'm just checking something, and I'll get back to you people, because I need to check some. Okay, if I define in a okay, yep. So this makes much more sense. Okay, so now let's see it over here first of all, and I'll just define that over there as well. You see what I'm trying to do over here? I've just created an array, and let me just clear that one, and I'll okay, so I'm unable to clear. That's excellent. Now you see here what I'm doing, var any value equal to, now you see I am saying that I want to create an array, and I want to create an array that has rows and columns in it. For example, I'm defining by myself. So I will say the first row will contain 1, 2, 3. First row completed, comma. Second row will contain 4, 5, 6, comma. Third row will contain 7, 8, 9, close, and then square bracket closed. Do you people understand what I'm saying? The first row will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Second row will have 4, 5, 6, and third row will have 7, 8, 9. Right? Now you see here. Now if I print this any value, you see it is producing some output. What it says? It says there are 3 values in it, but all 3 are by themselves arrays. Are you making sense of it? They are by themselves arrays. What does that mean? If I open that up, you see 0th location has one array which has these 3 values. Do you see that? Do you see the matrix over here? This is representing the complete matrix. 0th location has 3 values. 1 location has 3 values. 2 location has 3 values. Now, can anyone tell me how I can access one out of this array? I would be very happy if someone of you can help out. Then I will just tell you that how, if I want to just access this one from this one, how can I access this one out of this array? Can anyone write that code over there? Or maybe just I will write that first, and then I'll ask you about others. So how to access that particular one? 0 and square bracket 0.
So you have to call them. You would call them with the square brackets around each index value.
Exactly. And you see, Jim, if you see, this is representing my row number 0. And when I open it up, this is representing the column number. You see here what I want to say. If I want to access 2, what I'll do? Any value, square bracket, first of all, 0. And what value I want? I want 2. So what index should I write in the second index value? Yes, Jim, go ahead. What should I write? I will write 1 over here. You see 2 has come over.
Yes.
And
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if I want you to just, Jim, can you give me the code to access 9 over here? How can I access 9 from this location, this array? Quickly write down that code in the chat window. How I can access 9? Tyler, I'm not asking you. I'll ask you after some people have replied, right? So I would like everyone to just reply how I can access 9 out of this one.
Can't type it in. I'm on my phone here, but I can tell you what it is.
Yes, how just tell me any value. What should I do? So first, and what will come in first square brackets and what will come in second square brackets? Yes, Jim, go ahead.
The first one.
Yeah. So it will be 2 over here. Jennifer, very nice. But Jennifer, you are just missing the syntax. You are done right. So 2 comma 2 will give me 9. So second row, second column. You see, sorry, third row, third column. Third row, third column. Third row, first column. Third row, second column. That's excellent. That not 2 comma 3 is not right, Stephen. Why? Because these are the starting for the 0. So it should be 2 and 2. You see here, it should be 2 and 2. So for example, if I'm just playing this with you people. Can someone tell me how I can access 5 from this one? Write down the code. Stephen, try to find out how I'll access the 5 from this one. How I will access the 5 out of this. Jennifer, can you also answer that? Just to make the correct syntax. Value 2 comma 2 will not work. Value 2 in square brackets and 2 in square brackets, then it will work. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. So I am very happy that you people have started to get a slight concept of this one. So if I write 1 and square bracket 1, I am talking about 5. Now I hope you can see it over here. 0th location 0 1 2. So it means 0 of 0 is 1, 0 of 1 is 2, 0 of 2 is 3. You see here, I've not mentioned 0 of 3. And if I just access any value, I want to access. Okay, what about this one? 5, like 4 and 4. What I'll get?
Excuse me.
Cannot read. Yes, it's an error. So Stephen, you know why this is error? Because 4 is no value, no valid value. You understand? Now, this is the concept of a 2-dimensional array. Now, I was writing this in a program. I was doing the bad thing. What I'll do over here is just let to let you know my 2D array. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Yes. Thank you, Brad. Brad has come up with a solution because I was not using the right syntax for that one. Brad, thank you. But let's do one thing over here. I'm just changing that one. So if I do something like that, okay. So yes, using the Brad's concept. So Brad has come up with this solution that you can use this one. You know why is that? It is just letting me know that how many rows and columns do you want, right? So Brad, have you tested that one typically?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. Now I'll do that. And I've just copied the Brad's code, and Brad's code should be running. And now we should see the output. Thank you very much, Brad, for sharing. You see that now this is the array is coming over here. So what mistake I was doing? I was not declaring it correctly, right? So to declare it, I had to tell it that I will have, 1, 2, 3. I will have, this 3 columns, and I can just store values inside that one. Is that right? I was not defining it the right way. So now, if you define that one, you have got this 2-dimensional array that you can use. Okay, Brad, not Brad, maybe everyone. Now, can I do this by using the for loop? Can I store something by using the for loop? Let's see how I'll do that. For var I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. Now, for var j equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Now I want to store values in it. You understand what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to store the values inside that one. So now I'll say my 2D array bracket sign and bracket sign. What should I write over here? I comma or I space like it's j equal to I plus j, whatever. You can store anything you want. Okay, and now in the end, I want to print this 2D array as well. My 2D array. Do you people understand what is going on over here? Because I have just done something that I want you to just understand. I hope most of the people will be getting the concept. Do you understand what I've done? I have used this I and 0 indices as the loop variables, and we know that j always executes its whole life. So first of all, I comes at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. Then I comes at 1, 0, 1, 2. I comes at 2, 0, 1, 2. Is that what we were looking for? Is that what Brad's code was all about? If I write that code over here again. So Brad, I'm copying your code again. I think it's copied over here. So you see, if I comment it out, you see this is the same code that I'm using, but I'm doing it by defining. So something like that. Okay. So can anyone tell me what will be the output now? So who will tell me that what will be stored in my arrays now, or what will be the output that I have? Do you see what is the output? 5, 5, 5, because I'm just storing a single value. And now if you want to store something else, for example, if I say I, for example, I'm just storing the I, you can just play with that one. So if you just store I, what will happen? I, first of all, I was 0. So 0, 0, 0 will be stored in first row. 1, 1, 1 will be stored in second row, and 2, 2, 2 will be stored in third row. Is that code making sense? How many of you are making sense of this code? A thumbs up is required. Brad, of course, you have helped me out. Makes sense. That. Thank you, Jim. Okay, Karen says, Stephen, still waiting for you. Chris, thank you very much. And how about Jennifer and Stephen? just a quick review from you people, because I know that you people might be a bit confused. Jennifer?
I'm not 100% clear on what's going on.
Okay, that's good. No problem, Jennifer. I will be having another session. I will be having a simple tutorial for those people who are having problems in this one, right? Don't worry. And maybe that's gonna help tomorrow. If I get time tomorrow, I'll just let you know, right? So I'll be offering an optional tutorial.
Great, thank you.
Okay, Jennifer. Okay, and how about you, Stephen? Do you make slight sense what is going on over here?
Sorry, Norman, I got sidetracked with the kids there for a second. I missed what you were doing. So I think I got a bit of a concept that you're just interchanging whatever I and J is. Whatever number you put in there is going to fill it in those gaps, I think.
Yes, exactly.
I missed what you're doing. Sorry.
That's excellent, Stephen. So Stephen, I'll be offering an extra tutorial. Hopefully I'll discuss it with you as well over there.
Sounds good.
Okay. So should I consider that, like, most of you have grasped what I was trying to discuss over here, a 2D array? By the way, there are multi-dimensional arrays as well, but I won't be discussing. I would do a crime if I discuss that multi-dimensional arrays. But again, this is 2-dimensional array that we wanted to discuss, because I had to discuss my concept that I was taking her, and I was basically trying to discuss that, but I'll discuss that. No worries. I'll be doing that maybe tomorrow. So do you understand, everyone? So now please, you have to do what? You have to do a lots of practice. Okay, just to give you a exit ticket. I'm just giving you an exit ticket, and I'm removing this one code, the Brad's code. Again, I don't want to manually store anything. So you remember we had certain points, locations. Oh, it's control and / key. You select something even and press control command or / key. This will make a comment. What locations equal to? Now, you remember we had different locations? Yes. So you remember what I can do is that I have one location written somewhere. I can just copy that one to save my time. So I am doing that. So now you understand? Now you understand that what's going on. If I press a comma and I can paste this another location. If I press a comma, I can paste another location. If I press comma, I can paste another location. So you see that, and I can change these values. Just change one value and we'll know that what. So change the first value only. Oh, this is the 79. Leave it 79. This is 44 and this is 45. And this becomes 90, whatever. And this becomes 46. And this becomes 95. And this becomes 49, 48 or 49, and this becomes 97. You understand? I'm defining an array of arrays. Now, please let me know who will tell me how can I print a specific location. For example, let's say I say that this first location is St. John's location. How can I access this St. John's location? How can I print that St. John's? Can someone write that code in the chat window? How can I access St. John's location? First value is this St. John's location. I'm telling you this. How can I access this latitude and longitude in my code? Can anyone tell me? I want to access St. John's location. This first one is the St. John's location. Again, I'm telling you that this is the St. John's location. So how can I
would the coordinates be 0 and 0, 1?
Exactly. How can locations, square brackets, 0, and square brackets 0. Understand that, like Jim? This is the way to access that. So again, I'm just accessing first value 0, 0, right? And if you want to access the second value, what you will do? Let me just copy and paste that one. So what I'll do, I want to access the longitude of this first value. I'll do this. Sorry, I'll do this one. Now if I run that one, you see that I'll get both of the values, 44 and 70 minus 79. Everyone understands that, or at least most of you understand that. Now I need a last thumbs up from all of you, and then I'll definitely thank you very much, Ivan. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you very much, Karen and Chris and Erin and Adrian. Adrian, you have not spoken to us, but anyhow, I think so. Again, I'll try my level best to have one session tomorrow, an optional session. It would be other than our normal class, right? So there I will discuss some of the problems. But again, I would request all of you who are having problems, look at the lecture today and then come prepared in that. So again, come with the questions, right? You can come with the questions that what is why we are using this 0 and 0, what is that 0 and 1, like that. Yes, Jennifer, go ahead.
So I try to code along with you and then go back and look at it, but I'm really confused about something, and I don't know. In Brad's code, it didn't. The numbers didn't come out the same. Like where you did the my2 array or my2D array, and you go 0, 0 equals 5, 0, 1 equals 15, 0, 2 equals 25. What are these numbers?
Okay, so now, sorry.
I was going to say the difference, Jen, I think, is that under Noman's, he had I defined, it was initialized at 0 instead of 1. Brad's, I think, was initialized at 1.
Okay, I bet that is the difference, because I have it initialized as 0 as well. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, so now our session is over. If someone wants to leave, they are allowed to leave, but we can have question answer session if people are prefer to stay over here. So session is over. If anyone wants to leave, they can just leave right now, right? So yes, Jennifer, any other question you have? We can just have a quick. So I think Jim has answered very nicely. Yes, Tyler, thank you very much. Chris, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. So if any other question, or Jennifer, take your time and try to grasp everything and then come prepared. And tomorrow we'll have some extra session, right, Jennifer?
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much, all of you. And I hope I was able to just transfer few things from my mind to your mind. But let's see how much I was successful. I'll just try to know about tomorrow. Thank you very much, Jim, for joining in. And we hope that you get the time and join us, because you are always of great help. So how easily you just make everything understood to the Jennifer. I was just, trying to just execute the question, and you just replied to that. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, it's the language barrier sometimes. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, that's
excellent class. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a good day, everyone. Let's discuss tomorrow.
Thank you, Noman.
Okay, bye.
Have a great day.